What are some of the big trends we see in the market today? Every link in the supply chain faces disruption, now more than ever. We have massive increases of e-commerce demand, we have port delays, labor shortages, rising transportation costs, and there's no end in sight. The pandemic continues to exacerbate existing issues, compounding constraints like labor and capacity with rising e-commerce sales and customer demands.
There are bottlenecks everywhere. In 2020, we saw e-commerce grow the same amount in 10 weeks as it did in the last 10 years. Today, the chances of your vessel arriving on time are about 40%, when it was 80% this time last year. And 63% of consumers will try a new brand or go elsewhere instead of waiting for a restock. Final mile transportation costs, they rose 24% in the last year. And industrial vacancy rates are sitting at under 5%, which is an all-time low. What makes this time and these disruptions unique is the volume. They aren't specific to one company, vertical, or link in the supply chain. Plants, ports, shortages are happening simultaneously worldwide to the industry as a whole. We hear a lot about the new normal since the pandemic began, so this might be it.
In retail, omnichannel used to be a buzzword, but all retail is omnichannel now. What's been slower to catch up is the supply chain. Logistics networks must be omnichannel. They have to be able to handle multiple fulfillment types, whether it's to the store, someone's doorstep, a locker, and everywhere in between.
The problem is that retailers and brands face multiple disruptions at once while also trying to keep up and adapt to new market conditions and consumer expectations. This creates a whole set of challenges for the industry.
Businesses need to rapidly expand networks to meet increased e-commerce demand and delivery promise expectations. They need to redeploy goods based on inbound supply chain, port congestion, or transportation rates. They also need to rapidly restock store shelves to ensure impatient consumers won't go elsewhere.
Historically, there have been two ways to expand logistics networks. The first is to build your own, the second is to use a 3PL. Each of those have limitations. They take a long time to launch, they have fixed costs and term agreements, they're fixed in size and location. They're built for repeatability, predictability, and stability. That's just not where we're at today.
On the other side of the market, warehouse providers are not flexible. They count on those fixed forecasts and stability, and it's extremely difficult for them to take on unplanned business or update their capabilities for their clients. There's little to no room to make changes quickly.
I'm Dave Glick. I'm the CTO at Flex. I'm responsible for all product and engineering at the organization. Before that, I spent 20 years at Amazon leading large teams to support our operations technology. Logistics is complex. Everyone in the industry knows that. To an extent, now the whole world knows it, thanks to the toilet paper shortage of 2020. Many of us watched the industry evolve throughout our careers. A lot of us remember the days of lean management and Six Sigma, but the old methodologies aren't enough anymore because the problems we have to solve are changing. There are, however, underlying principles that remain. Reducing variation is good, and solving for a discrete set of problems is good.
My name is Megan Everett, and I'm the SVP of Operations at Flex. My teams are on the front lines every day working with our customers and our warehouse partners to run Flex programs. I've worked in retail and supply chain my entire career, and I know firsthand the rigidity of procuring new warehouses and getting new programs off the ground. Businesses need a new approach to solve today's challenges because the traditional solutions of owning or outsourcing won't cut it. Retailers and brands need a third way to manage their logistics networks, an approach that lets them rapidly scale up and down their operations, expand fulfillment networks to place goods closer to the consumers and reach them faster, and to reduce the amount of time it takes to launch new facilities.
As people chase after Amazon, it's important for them to be able to provide free shipping and fast shipping to their customers. Amazon has done this by putting inventory very close to customers. If you have a single warehouse in Ohio, which has a long-term commitment, you are not going to be able to meet a 2-day shipping or 1-day shipping, the new expectations of customers. E-commerce continues to grow. Customers' expectation of getting their products every day on their doorstep continues to grow. And so what do you need to do? You need to diversify your carrier network. You need to diversify your distribution network. you need to diversify your fulfillment network. What does that mean? Put inventory close to customers. It's much easier to find 100 employees in Seattle and 100 employees in Boston than to find 1,000 employees in Ohio. If you think about your network as a series of nodes and arcs, or warehouses and transportation lanes, what you want to do is you want to simplify your transportation lanes. That may mean adding a little more complexity or a little more flexibility to where your nodes are to shorten the last mile to the customer, or to put yourself in a position where you can get capacity to those nodes from a transportation standpoint. Overwhelmingly, we hear from our customers, some of the largest, most innovative companies in the world, that they need a simpler approach, something that complements their current fixed logistics network, especially now. Every company is looking for a simple, scalable, and repeatable solution, essentially in what we call a programmatic approach to logistics.
My name is Matt Sykes, and I'm an industrial engineer here at Flex, with several years of experience in the logistics and supply chain industry. As an industrial engineer at Flex, I'm responsible for building strategic partnerships with our warehouse providers by providing a suite of professional service offerings that include labor planning, layout design, and operational improvements. Flex logistics programs are powered by technology, run on open logistics networks, and optimized by our team of experts. We provide access to the world's largest open network of distribution, fulfillment, and transportation providers, and we have a variable cost model. Our customers only pay for the services they use, which spans from short-term capacity needs to running ongoing fulfillment programs year after year.
Flex is building something that didn't exist, and we've designed it around our customers' needs. It's a flexible solution that complements existing infrastructure. Our logistics programs address a discrete set of challenges, and our teams deeply understand logistics. We partner with our customers to identify the right approach and help them achieve the right outcomes. Through our logistics programs, our customers mitigate disruptions, build resilience, and create room to run new programs that support business growth and expansion. From addressing capacity constraints to network expansion to creating shorter transportation lanes for B2B fulfillment and e-commerce, we drive meaningful and fast results for our customers. In fact, in a recent study, we found that our customers see 119% ROI when working with Flex.
Flex delivers technology-powered, omnichannel logistics programs that help retailers expand their distribution network to forward stock inventory close to owned stores for rapid replenishment and less stockouts and missed sales. Flex offers fast-to-launch setup in 2 to 3 weeks. We have a network of warehouses that we provide operational support and program optimization to. The types of challenges that retailers face in a rapid replenishment program include difficulty in forecasting and managing vendor retail delivery schedules. They don't have enough inventory on hand in the right locations to prevent stockouts for fast-moving products close to their own stores and outlets. Retailers and brands don't want to waste any spend on leasing and staffing extra warehouse space for seasonal spikes. Recently, a large coffee retailer was dealing with bottlenecks at the port and was looking to expand their distribution network and relieve capacity constraints for promotional merchandise to meet seasonal demand spikes and avoid stockouts and missed sales. In partnership with a number of warehouse providers, we worked with this retailer to expand their distribution network by 5 nodes so they could forward stock and replenish products to more than 15,000 company stores nationwide. We helped them move more than 6.5 million units of promotional goods in time for the upcoming fall and holiday season. We implemented a new distribution program in a matter of weeks. A traditional solution would have required a fixed lease and would have left the retailer with empty warehouses and sunk costs for the majority of the year. This is just one example of how logistics programs accelerate time to market. They are repeatable, scalable, and available to even the world's largest brands.
Consider new product launches. They can account for 26% of annual revenue. Earlier this year, one of the largest gaming and media companies in the world came to us to support an upcoming product launch. The success of the launch was predicated on getting all of their pre-orders to their customers on a very specific street date, and they needed the fulfillment network to ensure that that could happen. Including tech integration, it was 8 weeks. Our tech enhancements made it possible to waive and batch orders based on their end destination so that all the orders could arrive by the promised street date. The launch was a huge success. Over the course of 3 days, 75,000 orders were shipped and arrived on time to their very excited fans.
Nothing in logistics is easy except for choosing to commit to the outcomes you want. To provide faster, more affordable delivery, you have to put inventory close to customers. It's the only way to offer competitive delivery promises and optimize for ground transportation. Especially today, retailers and brands that do direct-to-consumer fulfillment must figure this out. Otherwise, you won't make it. In Q2 2020, at the height of the pandemic, a large retailer came to us and said their online channel was blowing up and they needed more capacity on the West Coast. All of the big providers were full. We went to a tier 2 provider who had never done e-commerce fulfillment before, more than a few shipments a day. Our team of experts worked with them on setting up pack stations, building the right material handling equipment, and integrating our software into their system. Within a few weeks, we were able to launch. 3 weeks from contract signing to launch, and then within a month, we were doing 20,000 units a day out of that building, which is something that they'd never seen before.
One of the things I love about Flex is how we unlock new capabilities like fulfillment to mid-market providers. We help them optimize their operations within the 4 walls of the warehouse, increasing their offering so they can meet the needs of enterprise retailers and brands. On both sides of the market, we help retailers, brands, and providers address today's most difficult omnichannel logistics challenges.